Hi, welcome to Mark's Basement Arcade. Today we're going to work on cleaning up this shooter lane as much as possible. As you can see, it looks just nasty. It reminds me of like you put super glue on something and then rubbed it partially off. That's what it reminds me of. So we're going to sand it. We're going to start with this dowel here. We're going to sand it to get it as good as we can, far up as we can. Back to being smooth. That turned out pretty good so far. We're going to a smaller dowel. Get further up. It's actually turned out pretty good so far. Just a little bit I did. This is 150 grit sandpaper. It's supposed to be anti-clogging. However, it doesn't look anti-clogging to me. Unless this junk is just so nasty that it's defeating that anti-clogging aspect of it. It's turning out nice. Smaller one. This is the worst spot right up here. Right in here. It's not going to be perfect, but we're going to get it as close as perfect. This is supposed to be like non-clogging. Look at it, it's just all, just if I wiggle it. There we go. Green Scrubby to the rescue. I specifically bought this sandpaper because it was supposed to be non-clogging. So it can last longer. I'll use one more size smaller dowel. Let's see if I got a pencil. I should have a pencil somewhere. Do I got a pencil? I don't have one down here. What do I got this small one? I'm gonna go find a pencil to get down into this area better, and then we'll be right back. You know, you got 10,000 pencils, but you can't find one. So I'm gonna use that end of the stirring stick. Just to get down in there better. Actually, this works better like this. I like how that's going. Oh yeah. I have to get one more dowel size shorter next time I go to a hardware store. To do this. It's turning out beautiful though. Alright, let's get this top back up here. Again, we're not clogging. I wonder what the hell that was was on here. That was just so bad that was clogging up my paper. Imagine the machine that they used to use back then to cut this. I think that is pretty nice. All right. Still a little crappy right in here. here a little bit. Just use my fingertip to feel it. Alright, I think that is pretty nice right there. I'm going to get the next sheet of sandpaper, which will be 180 grit. Like I said, this is anti-clog flexible. So that's what it's supposed to be. Oh, come on, get out. There we go. Cut the same thing with the scissors. Now, I had heard cutting sandpaper with scissors will actually sharpen the blade. I don't know how true that is, but I guess we'll find out. Oh yeah, I like that. The micro mini one. Right now I'm just like sanding the side of it. After I clog my butt. It's like, yeah, I look all over for a pencil, I can't find one. Later on, I'll probably bump into 60 of them, you know? That's a crazy thing. All right. Let's get this nice and wiped down. I think that's about as good as we're going to get it. I could mess around in here a lot more, which I'm gonna do. Just because I feel it needs it. Needs a little bit of extra in the groove. I have no idea what happened in a shooter lane to make it like how it is. But like I said, we're gonna try to fix it as good as possible. I like it. I've never done this before, but I've never had a shooter lane as nasty as this one. This is a big reason why we're doing this. And also with the sanding too, try not to hang out in one little spot. You know, like right here like this. Try to do longer sweeps on it. So that way you're not gonna, you know, get this wider and stuff like that. If you can do longer passes, I think it's going to work out better. All right. I feel like that's really super nice. I really need to take this rail off here. I really need to do that, so I'm going to get this rail off and we'll be right back. Alright, that rail's just going to make it so much easier for me. The reason why I want to tape this off to do this. I think that's good. I think that's good. Urethane, polyurethane, semi-glossed, water-based. Working my stir can. My screwdriver. I'll get this lid off. We'll get it stirred up. I bought a little paintbrush to do this. Really need to get a... I wish they sold these in smaller cans. I really do. I'm gonna end up throwing this can out before not too long. With tab, real seal after inspection. Look at that. I bought a little paintbrush just for this. It's already looking better. That looks better already. I'm going to put a lot right here for right now. I want this to soak in to the wood. Remember, this is just how I'm doing it. You can do it your own way. Remember, all my videos are just how I'm doing things. You don't have to do it my way. All mine are just suggestions. Do as you know, risk on your own. Yeah, I think that's it. That should be it. That's it, people. That is a fixed shooter line. I'll leave the camera exactly where it's at, and when it dries we'll come back and look at it. But as you can see already, it looks 100% better. So we'll let that dry. It should dry up really nice. It's a little milky looking right now, but it will dry clear just like everything else. So we'll be back. Alright, just as I figured it would, this thing sucked in all of the clear coat. You can see it's just like dry here, plain wood. However, it does look better than it did before I sanded it. So we're going to tape it back up again. Get another layer of clear on it. Oh, and the reason why I took the tape off, I just wanted that crisp line on it. That's why I put the tape on. What? Just messing with me now. And I don't want the tape to stick to the play field. I don't think it would, but I don't want to chance it. But yeah, that thing just sucked up the paint. Kind of crazy how it just sucked it up in its dry wood right here. There. Alright. Yeah, there we go. Put another layer on, and hopefully this one won't suck in like the other one did. Because that kind of sucked when it did. Get it? It sucked. Never mind. Give her another stir. Feel it going on smoother than it did before, which is a good thing. That tells me something. But yeah, it was just like freshly, what do you call it? Sanded wood. That's exactly what it looked like when I came down here. I didn't think we'd be putting a bunch of coats on. I figured this would have sealed it, but it didn't. So yeah, we got another coat on. This one should seal it. But I'm actually thinking that this one will be the one that does the job. It almost looks like it's dry here. Remember, this stuff goes on like it's milky, but then it dries clear. Oh, man. All right, take two. Welcome back. Let's see how good this one dried. I'll go clean up the brush again, put the paint away, see if it soaks up the clear. If it soaks it up, we'll put another coat on. And that's it. It's done. I think it turned out pretty damn good compared to how it was before. The last coat, actually, it stuck real nice. So that first coat I put on must have just went down into the like very top layer of the wood, and this just stuck right up on top, and it's got a nice gloss shine to it, as you can see. It matches the rest of the wood. It looks good. It's a little dirty, but it was nasty to begin with. The only way to really correct this would be to really sand it down, but it would need to be painted. because the wood is stained. I mean, sanding this down is way too much. So this would have to be stained, actually. I mean not stained, painted. You'd have to kind of like blend it to make it look, you know, kind of factory. But I think that's it. I'm gonna stick a fork in it and call it done. So there'll be some cool stuff. Cool stuff along the bottom here. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe, comment. Take care, and later.